In this video, I am gonna share with you how to make sure that your business stays profitable by regularly reviewing your business budget. Hey there and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, I am the founder of a company where we help you get control of your money, get control of your business so you can live a life that you actually enjoy. So, if that sounds good to you, then consider subscribing, and also, stick around until the end because I have a freebie for you that's a budget spreadsheet for your business. So, if you want that, stick around until the end. So, let's jump into this idea of reviewing your business budget regularly. You may be thinking to yourself, well, why do I need to review my budget regularly? Why can't I just set it and forget it? Well, here's the problem. When you start a business, you're projecting into the future. You're re-looking at where you think you're going to be in 3 months from now, or 6 months from now, or 12 months from now, and you're remaking projections based off of what you know right now. But things change. As your business grows, things change. As the economy changes, things change. As you learn more about your business, things change. So, you need to be regularly reviewing your budget to make sure that it still aligns with where your business is currently at and where you want it to go. So first things first, how often should you be reviewing your budget? Well, I recommend monthly. So at the end of each month, take some time to sit down and look over your budget. Look over your actuals and see if you're on track. Now, if you want to be super diligent, you can review it quarterly or even more frequently. It really depends on how quickly things change in your business. So, if you're in a seasonal business, maybe you need to review it more frequently because things are changing a lot more quickly. Or if you're in a business where you're just starting out and things are changing all the time, you may want to review it more frequently, but I would say monthly is a good place to start. Okay. So let's talk about the process of reviewing your budget. What do you actually need to do? The first thing that I like to do is take a high-level look at my business and see how much revenue we brought in compared to our budget. So, if you remember from my last video, I talked about how important it is to actually budget for your business and how you should use a budgeting app. In that video, I used an example of a business that had projected to bring in $10,000 in revenue over 3 months. So that means that they budgeted for $3,000 per month. So, you take a look at that and you see, okay, did we bring in $3,000? Were we over? Were we under? That gives you a high-level understanding of how your business is doing. So, when you're reviewing your budget, start at the top. Look at your revenue. Look at how much you projected versus how much you actually brought in. Now, once you've done that, you want to take a look line by line at your expenses and see if you're on track there too. So, you want to compare your budgeted amounts to your actual expenses. Are your expenses in line? Did you spend less? Did you spend more? And if you spent more, why did you spend more? So let's say you budgeted $500 for supplies and you ended up spending $600. You want to make sure that you understand why you spent an extra $100. Was it because you needed more supplies? Was it because your supplies went up in price? Or was it because you just weren't paying attention and you didn't notice that you were spending so much? Once you understand why you're spending more or less than you budgeted, then you can make adjustments as needed. And this is where things can get tricky because sometimes you may see that you're spending more than you expected, and you think, well, I just need to cut back in other areas to make up for this. But that's not always the best solution. Sometimes you may need to increase your prices or find ways to increase your revenue to make up for the difference. So it's important to take a step back and look at the big picture when you're re-reviewing your budget. Don't just focus on the numbers and try to balance the scales. Make sure that you're actually addressing the underlying issues that are causing your budget to be out of whack. Now, one way to make sure that you're staying on top of your budget is to use a budgeting app. I talked about this in a recent video. I'll link it below, though you can check it out after this one. A budgeting app helps you track your income and expenses so you can easily see where your money is going. And then you can make adjustments as needed. There are a lot of different budgeting apps out there. Some popular ones are QuickBooks Self-Employed, FreshBooks, Wave Accounting, ZipBooks, and Xero. There are free versions of all of these, which makes them a great option for small businesses just starting out. So, when you're reviewing your budget, use a budgeting app to get a clear picture of your financial situation. This will help you make any necessary adjustments and keep your business on track financially. Now, I mentioned earlier that you need to review your budget when things change. And this is really important because things change all the time. Like I said, the economy can change, your business can change, your industry can change. So, it's important to be flexible and be able to adjust your budget as needed. For example, let's say the economy takes a downturn and people have less money to spend. Your revenue may decrease. So, you may need to cut back on expenses to make up for the difference. Or, you invest in some marketing and you see an increase in revenue. In that case, you may need to hire more staff or buy more supplies to keep up with demand. Whatever the reason, make sure that you're regularly reviewing your budget and adjusting as needed. This will help you stay on track financially and make sure that your business is always profitable. Now, I promised you a freebie, so here it is. I created a simple budget spreadsheet for you to use in your business. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Feel free to download it and use it to track your business budget. Alright, so those are my tips for making sure that your business stays profitable by regularly reviewing your budget. I hope this helps, and I hope you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.